What up, guys? Okay, so it is Saturday now. It's around noon. I had to run and get a couple boards for my loft. I put those in, but that's going to be another shop update video. So anyway, now that you can see, I do have boards up here. I don't have it fully covered in, but 90% of it is, so it's real dark. So let me show you, flip on the lights. So with the lights on, I can see beautifully. But anyway, if you look right there, that's the passenger side seat. So what we're gonna be working on a little bit today and probably tomorrow is we're gonna address some floor issues. So when the owner was here the other day or last weekend or the weekend before, well, the last time he was here, he was saying that, he told me that the drive shaft had come up through the floor, and he was telling me about the story about what happened there. And, but they had patched the floor. And then the last time he was here, when I painted the roll cage, I stepped in there and I almost fell through the floor. That's not safe. I don't care. This is not part of what he had asked me to do, but the type of person I am, I gotta fix this. So I took out the passenger seat, started ripping up the carpet, which is glued down with some sort of industrial glue, this foamy stuff. It's basically just like, I don't know what it is, but it's all gotta come out. Because I'm going to be welding in there, patch panels on both sides, it looks like, and the tunnel. It kind of, I don't know, it's in half. But let me zoom you in here, and I'll show you what kind of we got going on. Okay, so here we are. Obviously, I'm going to pull this bar off. It just unbolts down there. But let me move this seat out of the way. So just to give you an idea, I decided to do my flooring up there so I can start putting parts for this car up there, because I'm kind of tired of walking around them all and stuff like that. So that just gave me that, why I'm doing that a little bit, and it has to get done. But anyway, so as we can see here, I started ripping up the carpet, and okay guys, be ready. So this piece right here, boop. So that's what we got. That's as far as I've gotten as far as taking up stuff, just to see that. And it goes, yeah, I got to see what I can do here to fix all this. Yeah, I think I got a fuel line right there, and I think oh no. And this is a brake, or I'm sorry, the battery cable that was rubbing up against that guy right there. So anyway, so what we're going to do is we're going to clean all this stuff off. I'm going to take the other seat out and just start peeling this stuff up. Yeah. Said something about, I said something about, oh, maybe we can just like dye this back part black, back here, this carpety area right there. And he did order, he actually ordered new door panels for it. That was not cheap, I'll tell you that much. But he ordered new door panels, and I don't know, don't tell him, but I may just order him a carpet. They're pretty cheap. I mean, it's under 200 bucks for a carpet, but the carpet only goes to about here. So I'm going to try to save this back piece here. This piece I'm going to save, dye black, do something, because he does not have the rear seats anymore, and he does not have the console. There's a whole story behind that, and let's just say he wasn't happy when he returned and the parts were not available anymore. And these were his parts. So anyway, let me swap you around. So that's what we're going to kind of do here. I'm going to take that bar off. I'm going to label it passenger side, and then we'll get after it. You know, I'm not going to lie, I wish I would have done all that before I started painting the jams, but you know, yeah, it's okay. It's all good. I just be really careful around that. And I did get my rocket. Hold on a second, let me get that. So I did get this. So this is the Kustomz rocket 46654. This stuff is amazing. I bought the entire kit. You know, it's four of these in a kit. One of these can do like an average 8-foot bed for like a bed liner. But I was only gonna, I told him, I was like, oh, I'll get the kit, and then you know, I don't think I'll use more than one for the trunk. So we'll just take that, divide it, and then if you just pay me for the one, we're straight, because I'll use it, because that's what I do. But now that I got fixed floors and stuff, I'm thinking about just doing the whole floor, just doing the whole inside there. I did it before on the Firebird that's on my channel. That was tintable. The owner of that car wanted it white, so we did get the tintable. This is black, but the whole interior is going to be black. Yeah. So this stuff is amazing. The sheen is amazing. Everything about this product, I love this product. Way better than Raptor bed liner stuff. That's what we used to use at work, and then we've been using this stuff for the. We tried it once because the paint jobber company was out, and they go, oh, let's try this Kustomz stuff. I was like, all right. So we tried it. We haven't looked back. So we always get this now. And actually, I can get this cheaper on Amazon than they sell it to us. So yeah, I told my boss that, and he's like, well, I know where I'm getting that from now on. So anyway. So we're going to start cleaning up this mess in here. This may take the day just to clean this up. So I'm just going to kind of get after it with wire wheels and my razor blade to kind of save some pieces of the carpet, like all that back stuff. Because yeah, I'm probably late. Yeah. Anyway, so let's get after that. So that's what we had, 26 gauge, if that, that's what we got. So I'm going to try to bring back as much metal as I can back up and over. And see what we can do. That's all we can do, is see what we can do. Okay guys, so I'm not even going to pretend I know what this floor is supposed to look like right here, but I have a pretty good idea that's supposed to be kind of like that, like it's supposed to dip in, but it looks like, you know, by putting in the roll bar, they added a lot of 1/4-inch steel through here to brace that hole up. Yeah, it almost looks like they kind of cut the frame right here. Like the frame's cut here, and then it's out, and then it continues down this way. So we're gonna have to kind of go like that. See if we can manipulate some metal in there like that. So this, yeah, this is all kind of wanked here. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna basically cut some stuff, weld some stuff, and just kind of make it work. That's where the seatbelt hole is. I do not want to move that. It doesn't have seatbelts, but I don't know if it's supposed to have seatbelts, you know, given the year it is, but maybe. But anyway, so I'm going to try to clean all the rest of this up. I got it back into somewhat what I think is the right place. And then I got to take care of all these wing-a-hoodles right here, whatever these, basically this junk. I got to take care of it all. So here we go. I guess basically what I'm saying is whatever I do that's welded in will be better than what was there. Yep. Okay, so let me start marking some stuff and then cutting some stuff, and if we have to repaint these door jambs, I will. No big deal. But this is a big deal. So what I'm doing is just trying to patch the metal that's there, just like get a nice weld right there, so I can start like cutting this section out, and then we'll make a piece. But I need something that's pretty sturdy so I can get all this back into place. Alright guys, so I got it somewhat back into shape. So I wanted it back into shape so I can make a piece. And I think that shape is pretty good, I think. But like I said, I wanted to weld it right there so it'll give this something to move down as one piece. And then I took out all the crunchy right there, and then all that right there. And then now we'll make a template. And yeah, and then we'll go from there. Yep. So I'm doing the paper template here. It's hard to set you guys up in here. I got to figure out a better way of mounting the camera somewhere. But let me get my template made here, and then we'll go from there. So this patch with the frame all changed, for me, it was hard to kind of like get that complex curve, I'll be honest. So I did it pretty dirty like, you know, I started on one side and then I kind of put it into place, if that makes sense. So my one battery, my two batteries for my little grinder guy, or my little cutoff wheel is charging. So I'm just gonna let that cool for a minute and then we'll be right back. Once that finishes charging, then I'll finish that, and then I have to full weld this, of course. And then we'll take the other seat out and see where we're at over there. Well, that's one side. There we go. It's not the prettiest thing, but you know what? It's better than that. That's what was there. And now we got that. So I'm going to clean up the welds and then fill in. You can see a couple spots there. And then those are the two relief cuts I had to cut to get that to fold down around the sub or the frame modifications for the roll cage. Yeah, actually I'm pretty happy with that. So let me clean it up and then we'll get back. All right guys, so I got the driver's side seat out, ripped up the carpet. Yeah, let me show you what we got going on this side. So on this side, we had the same box, right? So now I kind of see what was going on here. So obviously when the drive shaft blew up, it took out that side. That's why that was all falling apart. This side still had some screws. Had 2 there, 3 there, 2 there. And then it had a bunch of fiberglass cloth holding it in. So once I got it out like that, we see what was going. Well, I see what's going on now. So they cut out the floor so they could do their modifications to the frame, clear and simple. So instead of putting in like regular patch panels, back in the day, I have a feeling this was done back in the 70s. They just went ahead and had some like ductwork stuff or whatever, and they made a box, right? I mean, it covered, it was for racing, let's go racing. So that's what they did. So this side's going to be real easy because there's nothing I got to peel back and cut out or whatever. So I'm going to knock out this side real quick, and I'm probably going to take care of that right there too. There's a hole over there and there's a couple over there. So I'm going to take care of that while I'm in here. And yeah. All right, so that side's done. Let me show you. All right, guys, here it is. It's fully welded. Now, I'm not gonna say that I did tack. I just went in and just welded it. I'm not too worried about the warpage on the floor pan. Considering what was there before, I think we're doing great. Especially solid in there. I still have to do that piece up there, boop, right there. But I'm just going to kind of clean this up a little bit. I am done for the day, so I'll probably do that up there tomorrow. But I like to stop welding about 30 minutes before I get out of the shop, just in case. So I am going to clean up, sweep up the floor, get all this metal out of here and crap, send some pictures to the owner, see how he likes it, and yeah, so we'll catch you tomorrow. Good morning, guys. Okay, so I got out here kind of early this morning. I am taking care of all that foam and stuff. I pulled out the front of the carpets, so now I'm just taking a wire wheel on a drill and I'm just cleaning up the whole floor, getting all the foam and glue and all that stuff up off the floor. So maybe we can get this painted up today, I'm hoping. So let me set you up and I'll show you what I'm doing here. I still have to run out and get a few things, but there we go. So here we go. So you kind of get the idea of what I'm doing in there. I'm just cleaning up the whole floor. I gotta swap out batteries and let me finish this up and vacuum it up, and then we'll go from there. All right, guys, so I'll swap you around, show you what I gotta do. I gotta fix some stuff. That's what happens. Yeah. So we are all vacuumed out, and then right here, I put a Cleco in it already, but it's all, without that Cleco in there, this whole thing falls down. So that's some of the rattling. So I'm gonna pop some Clecos all the way up in there. I cannot weld that because that is galvanized aluminum or something. But a magnet doesn't stick to it, so yeah. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna run a series of Clecos all the way up, or holes, get that fitting pretty good, and then I'm gonna have to throw in stainless steel 3/16" pop rivets. That's what I got. And then just before I do that, I'm gonna run a seam of body panel bond, sorry, along there. So let me get that all going here, and then we'll be back. All right, guys, so I've got it all cleaned out. I put in, I had to go run down and go get some stainless steel pop rivets, 3/16", better than the 1/8" ones that they got in there. Now I'm gonna flip you around and show you what we got going on here, and then I'm gonna show you what I'm gonna do to make it better than what it was. Because, you know, I've never built a tub, so that's why the frame was shifted over, because the back rails were moved in like 8 inches to accommodate the big tires. So now I know why all that was like that. So let me swap you around. We'll first start off, this is what I found in the wheel tubs that was basically holding it in place from rattling. So I went ahead and I put all new pop rivets down through there on this side, and then on the inside here I cleaned it all out. So obviously it's got quite a big gap from there, but it doesn't, now it's stable, right? But I don't like the gaps through there, down on the bottom, and then up through there. As you can see, I did pull out the carpet out of the back, but I'm gonna reuse that, so I was real ginger pulling that out. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna clean it up real good, pressure wash it, and then I'm gonna dye it black. Yeah, I still haven't fixed those yet. So the same on the other side. So I dug it all out, all the crap out. So what I'm gonna use is, we use 3M stuff at work because we get a better deal as what we were getting before. But before that, we used to use Fuser, and that was like, I don't know, 6 months ago or so. So you can get this on Amazon. Super fast, flexible foam. So that's what I'm going to use to fill up all the gaps. It says it takes work time 10 seconds, clamp time 3 minutes, paint time 10 minutes. So it's for like sound control, pillars, doors, roofs. You know, like if you ever take your door apart on a new car, you'll see the intrusion beams on the inside. This is the stuff that holds all that together. So I'm going to kind of set you up in here, and then I'm just gonna lay it all in there. I think I have enough to do this. If not, I'll just order some more off Amazon. But yeah, it's gonna be awesome, actually. Got it all vacuumed out. Just a little side note here, I'm gonna push this back, and then I'm probably just gonna make like a little cover for that, because that's, oh, there we go, because that's just an intrusion, and what he had was a couple floor mats that was over that, but I'm gonna make it so it's real nice, that sits like that. But I can do that, and it's going to be rib nutted in, so you can just, you know, quarter 20 rib nuts, so you can take the cover off if you need to do anything with the rods or whatever like that. But I can do everything I need to do before I do that, right? Because if I put the quarter 20s in there and I hit the whole floor with the stuff, you know, we got to tap it all out, which I don't want to do. So let me set you up over here with a tripod, and then I'm going to crawl in there and do all that. We're gonna let that do its magic, and then we'll just kind of clean it up so it doesn't look so bulky. The thing with it is that when it comes out of the gun, it's basically like water. So you kind of, for a larger gap, you kind of have to do it up above, and as it slowly goes down the side, it'll start foaming up, and then that's how you fill up or you make a gap. Fill up a gap with it. It's not great stuff, you know, the stuff you get at the store, you know, big Home Depot, the big gap foam stuff. It's not that at all. So, like I said, we'll let that set up, and then we'll just kind of clean it up a little bit so it doesn't look so gruesome. Alright guys, so I got that piece welded in, that piece over there welded in. I welded up all the relief cuts, all the holes, and then this is what it looks like when you clean all the foam down there and over there. It looks pretty good. Like I said, it'll be all covered, So what I'm gonna do is, I think I'm gonna start masking off a little bit here so I can spray that. Yeah. So actually, let me get the panel bond and put it around these edges, and then I have to take my kid to work, and when I get back, that should be set up enough to be able to tape it off. Alright guys, I've got it all prepped up good enough for what I'm about to do. I'll swap you around, we'll show you what we got going on. Alright, whenever you have any pieces like a roll cage or pedals or whatever, there's a shifter. What I do is aluminum foil, right? So just wrap aluminum foil around it, the back pole, and then back here, I've got that all masked off. Up to there, just so nothing blows in the back or on the windows that are still in, up in there. That's all sealed up. And yeah, let me show you the other side. So here's the other side. And basically up in that area, like real tight to the firewall, I'll be putting Matte 66 sound deadener, the same stuff that I put in my truck floor. So I'm not too worried about getting up in there too much, because that's really going to help with firewall heat and stuff like that. But yeah, we are all ready to go. And I did lift up, this is the harness that goes all the way back. And he also had a fuel pump at one point, so that's what this line is. So I just zip tied it all together, but I got it up off the ground or off the floor, so when I spray it, we'll just put that back down. So I am going to mix up the rocket stuff. So it is 8 ounces of hardener to the 1 can of rocket. I'm thinking 1 will do it, but maybe 2. Let me put you up in there. Maybe 2. So what I'll do is I'll set up the camera. The wind is blowing a little bit, but not so bad. But it's blowing that way, so we should be good. So I'm going to set this kind of like that. I'll move it around a little bit as I'm doing it. I will be putting a regulator on the gun. At work we don't, because we are in a enclosed environment. You know, the paint booth, it all goes one way, and it doesn't matter where it goes. But this, I want to be pretty controlled of where I'm putting it, so I'm going to put a regulator on it just so I can dial it down a little bit. So we will be right back. Okay guys, so make sure you wear a mask with this, gloves. The air end is an innie, so I regulated it at the wall. So at the wall it's 75 psi, but when I pull the trigger it dumps down to 50. So just so you know. So here we go. It's gonna take 2. So me personally, I like to untape all this because it leaves such a large edge that sometimes you have to cut it off. So I'm going to untape this real quick. we will let that sit up a little bit, and then once it has a nice sheen over, which will probably be in about an hour or so, it'll start not looking so wet. I'll bring you in and I'll show you. Alright guys, so it's dried up. It's been about an hour, hour and a half. Let me swap you around and we'll take a look. So there we go. I got up there pretty good. I taped off the whole inner piece here, the inner what is that, a cowl vent thing, because it's pretty much, the roll cage is like right up against it and you can't get it out. The only thing that I haven't untaped are all the seat belt or the seat bolt guys right there, but everything else is done. So the whole back, and then once I do the trunk, the remaining that you see right there, you won't see it. But yeah, so there's that side, and there's this side. So what I did was the wiring loom harness, it goes underneath these little brackets. So I cleaned them off as best I could, and then I just took some black, like just a flat black, and then I just sprayed it because it still had some residue left over of the foamy stuff. So I just pretty much wanted it so it would disappear like it would be factory. Wheel tubs are all sealed off right there. It actually looks really good. No more movement, completely sealed off. And there it is. And like I said, this guy right here, I'm gonna make a panel that comes down like that, a little bit closer in, and then that'll be rib nutted in so you can remove it. But yeah, so let's turn around and talk about it. Well, that's gonna be it this weekend. Great weekend for sure. I wasn't sure if I was gonna get all that done, but certainly did. So recap, we fixed those 2 spots on the floor, ripped up all the carpet, wire wheeled the entire floor, sealed up the wheel tubs, secured those, masked it all off, and as far as the floor goes for roughing it up, it was just a wire wheel, just cleaning it all up, that kind of deal. The patches on the floor, I did the panel bond around the seam, but they are fully welded in. I just always do that just in case I miss a spot or whatever. And again, I did not tack. I just burned them right in. I wasn't too worried about warping the floor panel so much. But it's a lot better than what it was when we started on Saturday, right? So anyway, thanks for tuning in and watching on this video. Even though it took me a couple days to do it, it'll probably be pretty short because I'm gonna time lapse a lot of it because it's just me cleaning the floors, right, and stuff like that. But anyway, yeah, hit share, like, subscribe, bell notification, all those other fun things they tell you to do at the end of the videos, and hey, go out and build something cool. Catch you on the next one. Bye.